Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson is going into, there will be some type of crisis, that will force people into this digital system, man. All right. Now, we understand that this devil wants to bring forward, this cashless society, all right, this digital monetary system, and we see that the stage is set up, this digital surveillance, technological slave world, that this devil wants to bring forth, man, all right, digital surveillance, AI, humanoid robots, and what, the micro C-hips, man, all right, transhumanism, the fusion of man and machine, okay. AI, artificial intelligence. This devil wants to play God through his pseudoscience and technology, man. Now, let me play. I got 2 TikToks, which I downloaded. All right. I want to play both of them because there's going to be some type of crisis, which because we understand that's, well, let's get this first. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man, all right, which ruled as the ancient Romans, which ruled as the ancient Greeks, and today rule over this revived Roman Empire, which is America, NATO, and the EU. America being Mystery Babylon the Great. Esau is the physical counterpart of Satan, man, the children of Edom, the wicked, man. Okay? And this devil, we know how this devil moves, man. Problem, reaction, solution, auto, op, KO, or order out of chaos, man. All right, we know that this devil orchestrates crises, orchestrates problems and, to forward his agenda. All right. And see, this devil is finna orchestrate some type of crisis, all right, which we understand, there's war, you got a thing going on with oil, you got unemployment, right? You got humanoid robots and AI, okay? But the point is that this devil, there will be a crisis that's gonna basically force people into this digital system, all right? So let's play let's play these 2 videos.
That from 2025 to 2028, it's going to be the biggest shifts you're ever going to see in your entire life. What we're going to experience is basically what you would normally experience a 25-year transition in 2 years. Think the Industrial Revolution that took 25 years, but this is going to be compressed into 2 years. What I believe we're going to see is a massive unemployment. I mean 75% plus unemployment. People are going to lose their jobs to AI and robots on a scale you've never seen in your life. You're gonna see the cost of goods go extremely high. AI is gonna become so cheap, so ubiquitous, that it's gonna be virtually everywhere. Just like electricity is everywhere and invisible, but we're always using it all the time, AI is gonna be integrated into society on that level. College kids are not gonna be able to get jobs. People aren't gonna be able to buy houses, to buy cars. And there's basically going to be so much pain and upheaval, we're going to beg the government for a solution. And the government that created the problem and the reaction will also give you the solution. And the solution is going to be UBI. The solution will be universal basic income.
All right, so Khan, man. So one thing he spoke about is UBI, universal basic income. And it's basically like, if I'm not mistaken, UBI basically goes into, it's basically like the government giving out stimulus checks, all right, but reoccurring, basically, man, damn, man, and even Elon Musk, he constantly speaking about UBI or universal high income, and he was speaking about how AI is gonna, AI, man, we hear, man, people losing their jobs, unemployment rising, AI, humanoid robots, and, we here, man, okay? And then from to have this UBI, okay? And man, we are here, man, They finna get rid of this cash-based monetary system and bring in, a digital monetary system, man. Where your purchases, your payments, your buying and selling are going to be done digitally, cashlessly, through a micro C-hip that they're going to want inside you, man. Now, we don't understand completely, we don't know the exact crisis, all right? But you have the talk of oil and energy crisis, energy lockdowns. All right. Okay. Rise in unemployment, AI taking people jobs, and we're here, man. But let me play the second one too.
Listen, energy lockdowns are coming. It's going to be COVID 2.0, but they don't have to force you to do it because no one's going to have any money to go anywhere. You are already seeing signs like United Airlines just cut 5% of their flights. They're already rationing oil in some Southeast Asian countries where, hey, come every other day to get oil. Wait another 4 to 6 weeks from now. If this war continues, it's going to be work from home again. The price of flights is going to double in 2 months. No one's going to be flying anywhere. Hotels are going to crash. All this Airbnb crap. It's all going to crash just like COVID did. And what is the government going to do? They only got one solution. They're going to send out stimmy checks for everyone so they can compensate for the doubling of their grocery prices and oil prices. Now, another thing to put in perspective, in the 1970s oil embargo, the price of oil quadrupled from where it was at, and right now we are destroying each other's energy infrastructure. This isn't an oil embargo they can just lift and then we can increase the capacity. This energy infrastructure, like the LNG in Qatar, they're saying it's going to take 5 years to rebuild that. So it's just not going to be something we can turn on in the middle of the night. So this is going to be the death knell for the middle class. Whoever's left of the middle class is going to be forced out with just insane inflation on food, costs, insurance, everything going up. And the United States is going to look a lot like Mexico. You're just going to be either really rich or really poor. And the whole era of the strong, vibrant middle class is going to go bye-bye. So make your moves so you get out of the permanent underclass. And I think one of the best ways to do that is Bitcoin, because you can actually...
All right, and I'm going to stop it there. Okay? Now, once again, these videos you take with a grain of salt. All right, because we don't know exactly what this devil is going to do, but we understand that there's going to be a crisis, that's going to push people into this digital system. Now, one thing he spoke about is that basically them getting rid of the middle class, where there's either going to be really rich or really poor. And one thing he spoke about was Bitcoin, man, which Bitcoin going into crypto, digital assets, tokenization, blockchain technology, which all the crypto, that was all the Trojan horse, okay, for this digital system. All right. Because another thing he spoke about is what? Rich and poor. Well, according to the scriptures, it don't matter if you rich or poor. This devil is finna want everyone to receive this micro C-HIP, man, because it's going to be a digital monetary system. Your purchases, let's get the scriptures, man. All right. Okay, it don't matter. All right, who get rich? All right, when they destroy the middle class and they're saying, oh, you got to get rich before this happens, it don't matter. All right, whether you be rich or poor. All right, this devil gonna cause all, as the scripture is gonna say. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and he, who's the he? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And when you go into the word mark in the Greek word is charagma, which going to a scratch, etching, thin, carved, sculpture, graven. Okay, basically a cutting, because they're gonna have to make a cutting into the flesh so you can receive this micro C-HIP, whether it be in your hand, your head, right? It goes into or in their forehead, right? Elon Musk, he's constantly speaking about UBI and his Optimus robots and what else he has, his Neuralink, his brain C-HIP, man. Because these are the times that we're in. It says, but Khan, the point is that what he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, man. People saying, oh, you gotta do this and that, before they destroy the middle class, it's gonna be just rich and poor. It don't matter. All right, it won't matter. When this devil bring forward this micro C-HIP, it's the scripture say he gonna cause all. All right. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And these are the times that we're fastly approaching, where your purchases, your payments, your buying and selling are going to be done digitally, are going to be done cashlessly through a micro C-HIP that this devil, Esau, the so-called white man, is going to want inside you. All right. And we know, according to the scriptures, that we are not to receive this thing even unto death. And those that do receive it, they're going to take part in this fiery destruction, man. And that's another thing going on with this war. We understand we don't get to, because we understand that this digital system has to come first before the destruction. All right? Because the judgment for those that receive the micro CHIP is to take part in the destruction. Okay? So we understand these things, man, you know? That this digital system, the MOTB, has to be implemented before the destruction, man. So yeah, war and the Lord can be stirring up these things in the background, you know. As the scriptures say, the 10 horns shall hate the whore. We see that America and its EU allies are at odds. You know, Turkey is finna, you know, Russia. We understand, you know, the big players according to prophecy, but we understand that this digital system has to be implemented first before the great destruction. You know, but that's really the point. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close it out. Give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.